That animation. All those graphics. Never mind. We're on the western side, on the left-hand side, because I recognise that building as being on the right and that building being on the left. Oh shit, we have control. Okay.
There's that green building again. You have a low-level view of the street from your manhole perch. It's very pleasant. You have a low-level view of a sleek patrol transport occupies the area presently.
I want to look at the dudes patrolling.
It's very pleasant. That white building sits over yonder. You start to become properly oriented regarding your position. You have a low-level... A sleek patrol... The manhole cover is simply an incredibly heavy slab of metal, trying to tamp you back into the tube.
Incredibly heavy? Really? Alright, we can... Ah, that's where we were. Okay, so we're out. We have some acid, but the streets are now possibly a lot more dangerous. Just going to have a wander around here, crank it up.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Thank you, game. Yeah, okay. Maybe there's a lot of RNG associated with this now. Holy shit!
You can't do...
I'm wondering if what I needed to do with the bunny, if anything, and the rope, needed to be done before I went into the sewers. Holy shit, look at them all. They're all over the place.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
They are all over the shop. We could grab the unstable ordnance and make our way over to this thing.
You look at the finely sculpted ship. It looks to have been designed for atmospheric operation, probably used solely for patrol excursions. You look at the finely sculpted...
Don't know why we're not getting a box there.
This seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear compartment. Wonder how cramped it gets in there when the gear is stowed.
Dude!
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Yeah, this is curious. Unless I've accidentally switched that somehow. I don't know why that's suddenly doing that. You know,
Oh no! Sequel police!
Sequel police? Really?
We're glad...
Alright, let me sort this out, and I will BRB.
You look at the finely sculpted ship. It looks to have been designed for atmospheric operation, probably used solely for patrol excursions. This seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear compartment. Wonder how cramped it gets in there when the gear is stowed.
That's probably our way up. Also, please don't try that in real life. It won't work. We have definite empirical evidence of that not working. People have died. Don't do it. I really want that bunny. I want to know what I have to do with that rope. But the sequel police, as we know they're now called, are all over the place. Alright, let me load back here and see if I can figure out what the hell to do with this rope.
You take the small, frayed, useless-looking length of rope.
I'm certain we can do something with this to capture the bunny.
You can't use that here.
Can I use it on the grate or
Nothing
something?
happened. Nothing happened. It would serve. Nothing.
I'm certain I can use this here. I remember that. I'm old, but I'm not that old. Yeah, this is some absolute Space Quest 1 bullshit going on here. RNG out the wazoo, the Saurians just walking into screen and shooting you.
You take this.
Except this time we have droids and we have this weird mutant crawling around. And I have a small frayed piece of rope that I need to figure out how to use. No. Jesus God.
You take this.
The worst part is I don't recall this part of the game being that difficult. But now I just got a whole bunch of random bullshit going on.
Nothing. It would. You can't.
Oh. Wait. That was strange.
Those sure are some finely honed reactions you've got there. Perhaps you're still suffering from time lag.
Interesting. I was just clicking around randomly and we've put it there. So what I need to do, can't adjust the speed. I'm going to have to hit this.
That was without a doubt one of the finest examples of bunny snatching I've ever seen. The stress placed on the rope during the bunny snatching was too much. You cast the useless fibers aside.
Bunny snatching. I don't like that phrase. I don't know why I don't like that phrase, but I don't like that phrase. Oh, okay. So we can play with the look things here, and this does matter.
This is just a dumb terminal. It won't do anything by itself. Nothing.
Yeah, I vaguely remember this.
You extract the portable power pellet from the back of the bunny's polyplastoid torso.
I don't remember why we need that unless we immediately combine it with the laptop, perhaps.
A darn cute bunny.
Yeah, nah, not my style. Alright, let me save over that one again because I think we've made some progress. Can I put that in there?
You plug the mobile power cylinder into the laptop.
I can.
You liberate the battery from the Pocket Pal.
I can immediately take it out. What's that doing to my score, if anything? So we're at 28. If I put that in there,
You plug the...
that brings us up to 31. If I liberate
You
it,
liberate...
we're still at 31. Alright, I might hold off plugging the battery in for now because I don't know why I would need to do that. Let me just go back through the sewers really quickly. I'll get the acid, and I think what I'll do is grab the unstable ordnance and then make a run for the ship. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, I'm here. I have the battery, I have the bunny, and I have the acid. And I have 53 points. I'm going to try immediately leaving once the game gives me control, just to see if we get a close-up shot of Roger getting blasted. Alright, we don't. Let me make a save, because I'm pretty sure we're going to die many times here. But this is where I'm going to try and grab the ordnance again. So, I'm going to play with this. Grab the unstable ordnance. Ah, shit.
We're glad you could...
They are everywhere. Look at that. Can we not grab it right now? It seems very suspicious that we've gone for it twice. No.
It would...
Damn it. Is it just RNG? I mean, the fact that it says wait the entire time when I go for it is making me think that it is sort of a scripted event. Also, I may have popped out of the manhole a little bit too early.
Keep your...
How about I just wait down here for a bit? Dude's got great eyesight. Holy crap.
Okay, you now have the...
I have the unstable ordnance. Can I get in the ship, which is probably most unstable? That was rough. That was really rough. Right, we have this thing, and it's heavily implied that we can go inside the landing gear, so how about we do that?
Seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear compartment. Wonder how cramped it gets in there when the gear is stowed.
We have to do it.
This seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear.
He says the same thing again, and then he crawls inside. It just leaves the officers behind, does it? And that's the opening shot of the game. It's a landing bay. No, there were more dudes inside. Alright, just one. Let me make a save up here because we have infiltrated the fortress somehow.
From this vantage point, high above Xenon, you can truly appreciate the scope of the destruction. What a mess. This is the middle section of the supercomputer's landing bay.
The supercomputer.
The ship you hitched a ride on rests here. This is a fueling unit for the patrol shuttle. This is the patrol shuttle you hitched a ride on. This is the shuttle's landing gear. This is a maintenance unit for the shuttle. It's of no interest. This is the middle. Watch out for that first step.
Nice.
That was a long first step.
I didn't think that could actually kill us. I'm kind of impressed by that. Alright, let's go right. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Line of sight, dude. Line of sight. I don't think those gameplay concepts will be invented for another 5 or 6 years. I do want to look at that dude, though. Does it say, "Oh no, sequel, please"?
You look briefly, careful not to attract any attention. You can't actually see those. You just think you can.
What about this?
Uh-oh.
No, that's not going to work.
We're glad.
I want to take a look at that door, and then we'll get out of there.
Your innate sense of curiosity makes you wish you knew the way to open this thing. Your innate sense of curiosity.
Alright, that's nothing. Alright, so let's try going left.
I've just completed a scan of the Labion sector of Space Quest 2. No sign of presence at this time. Gruff, schluff, ruff, ruff.
Mela see the zaps. Ich habe viel sehr gut.
You look quickly, careful not to attract any attention. As you can see, they are carrying weapons.
Can this dude not see me? I'm right in front of him.
Halt! Some people just won't follow instructions.
Relevant. Relevant in the worst possible way. Interesting. So, we can possibly make our way into one of those things. I'll slow it down when I can. We're already at 86 points. Holy crap. Surely we're not 1/3 of the way through the game already. Surely.
I've just completed a scan of the Labion sector of Space Quest 2. No sign of presence at this time. Gruff, schluff, ruff, ruff.
What are they saying?
Mela see the zaps. Ich habe viel sehr gut.
Alright, let me have a look around here.
You give the time pod a long glance. It's not the most attractive vehicle you've ever seen. It resembles an overgrown titanium tennis shoe. A gold-tinted glass shield seals the top.
Yeah, I need to look around at everything.
You can't actually see those. From this vantage point, it looks to be a sealed, reinforced structure which houses dispatch communications and monitoring equipment. You are in the supercomputer's landing bay. Here you see the Sequel Police Dispatch Terminal. You give the time pod a long glance. You look quickly. Don't mess. You talk to yourself. It smells just as good as it looks.
I really don't know if we need to use those two very much throughout the game. Alright, I think we owe it to ourselves to get inside that time pod immediately. I apologise for the slowness, but I'm just trying to be safe. I didn't mean to hit F7 there, I apologise. Alright, we're inside.
That's your head, Roger. Now use it for something. That button opens the canopy.
I wonder if pressing that button is going to get us killed.
You look out at the city you were born in decades ago. You're sure glad you weren't there when this devastation happened. You might have gotten hurt. On the bright side, you won't have to pay those delinquent traffic tickets.
Can a traffic ticket be delinquent? I always associate the word delinquent with a human rather than, you know, being an adjective for an object, but again, I nearly failed English. What do I know?
It's some sort of monitor, probably used to monitor something or other. This is a small panel which provides access to the innards of the time pod. If you have a 3P223 4QR access panel wrench, that is.
That seems important, and normally I'd write that down, but I'm recording this, so I'm not going to. Oh, we're locked at slow speed.
A standard time pod headrest. Not very comfortable, but the regular operators have metal heads, so it's not a concern for them. It's a large compartment that's probably full of instruction manuals, code books, time maps, and the like. Too bad it's also locked. You're sitting inside a time machine, remember?
Yeah, I'm just having a look around.
Those are unshielded quark power cables. No telling what they're doing to your DNA's genetic structures right now. You're sitting in... You look out at...
Oh dear.
Halt! Some people just won't follow instructions.
That's a little too real, the game, honestly.
That's your...
Not sure what I was saying. Wait there.
It's a button with a strange symbol on it. You vaguely remember these symbols from your 5th grade time theory class with crazy Mrs. Drimple. The readout displays some interesting symbols similar to those on the keypad. You wonder if these might bear some significance.
Huh. So if you put the hand over here, Roger will put his hand up there. Now, I remember there is an absolutely incredible troll here, and I don't know if it was on the floppy disk version or the VGA, or not the VGA, the CD-ROM version, where you couldn't get out of this if you screwed up. I'm having a hell of a time trying to reconcile these symbols, so just give me a moment. I just need to memorize this sequence here. Believe it or not, it is important. I will BRB. Okay, I think I have the sequence figured out. It is 11, 4, 15, 5, 2, and 11. I'll do my best to try and remember that. I do have it written down in a text file, but I don't want to look at it right now. Pretty sure that's what we just punched in, or what was displayed earlier.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, nothing happens. You're already there, Roger.
Yep. So there's going to be a wonderful troll where we have to return here later in the game, and if you don't have that written down, you are SOL. Alright, I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just going to punch in some stuff randomly and hope for the best. There's what, 15 times 15 to the power of 5 combinations here. So I assume you can just do that, for example.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again.
Right, very well.
The large compartment doesn't actually open.
Didn't mean to hit that, sorry. We'll just do all 6 of that one and hope for the best. Remember, 15 to the power of 15 combinations. We could be here a while.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally,
And it's as simple as that. We just guessed a code. Woohoo! It works the second time you do it regardless of the code. And we are somewhere else now entirely.
peering through the port, you see an unusual land. Its wind-carved pinnacles and buttes bring back memories of the planet Corona, where this whole adventure mess started. The readout displays some interesting... It's some peering through the port.
Alright, I don't see anything else that we can do here.
You're sitting...
Let's just push the button and get out of here and explore. And we're in a totally different game now, Space Quest 10.
You've seen a lot of plateaus and sloping hills before, but this one's a butte. The entire horizon undulates in enticing peaks, curves, and crevices, for which Estros is famous.
But somehow the narrator knows which planet we're on.
Your high-tech but ugly pod stands ready to ride the wild plains of time.
We need to turn to speed up immediately. 96 points already, damn.
The shale-like shelves provide a stairway to the unknown.
So dramatic. I didn't think this game was that short.
You've seen a lot of plateaus.
Alright, we are on Estros. Bit faster please, Roger. Actually, can I fall off here? Of course I can.
We're glad you could play
Nothing
Space Quest
unique.
4. As usual, you've been a real pantload. As you look around...
I do wonder why it's doing that.
As you look around at the towering rocks, immense formations carved over millions of years, you can't help but be overwhelmed by a sense of your own insignificance.
I suppose I can push that?
You can't use that here.
Whoa.
Whoa! What was that?
Was that Roger's voice?
It's you!
That didn't sound like the narrator. That sounded like Roger. It also sounded like me.
A mysterious shadow quickly moves from your view. As you look around at the top, you get the feeling you're not alone here.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Looking out across the expanse, you see a natural bridge of rock. As you look around at...
I imagine going down to the... No, we can't go over to the right here. That looks like it's not in the same plane. Yeah, it's not. Let me go back up and check out this area here. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You don't need to look at that. You look pretty pathetic hanging under the pterodactyl.
An actual pterodactyl.
Wow, what an incredible view. You look pretty. Wow, wow. Don't mess with it. You see a huge nest in the distance below you.
That's probably not a good sign. I've got control here, so I do wonder if there's something I can use to get me out of this, but let's just let this play out.
You see a huge nest in the distance below you.
Clearly that's where we're being taken. Well, so that's a really nice graphic.
Hey, those talon things hurt. You didn't much care for the landing either. The huge nest is constructed of sticks and assorted being parts gathered from this bleak planet. It is then cemented in place by a generous helping of pterodactyl saliva.
That comma. Also, I note there are skulls there. You got any comments about the skulls, Roger?
The inedible portions of the pterodactyl's previous meals lie scattered about the nest. You find yourself in a nest perched high above the irregular surface of this butte-laden planet.
What is coming down now? Oh, sequel, please.
My. Rather than the sequel policeman penetrating the inner sanctum of the nest, the reverse obviously occurred.
Can I check you out?
You frisk the skewered sequel policeman and turn up a paper-wrapped wad of used chewing gum.
Surely he had something more useful than that.
This lumpy paper-wrapped wad looks mighty interesting.
Well, you want to undo it, perhaps?
These symbols look vaguely familiar. Now, where have you seen them?
I mean, we saw them 5 minutes ago, game. It's fine. Those are the last 3 characters for a code, which is going to take us somewhere else. What can I do here?
The huge nest is...
I see that hole,
You notice a small breach in the side of the nest.
which looks very conspicuous, but I do want to hang around here for a moment and just see if we die. Whether the pterodactyl is going to come back and kill us, or what. Nothing but looks. Alright.
You notice...
Are we dead? We're not dead. Miraculously, we are not dead. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What have we just walked into?
You've got a lot of nerve coming back here, Roger Wilco.
Ah, shit. What did we do?
After leaving me the way you did, you male scum. This is the last woman you'll ever dump on. Right, girls?
Right.
Oh,
Said you
God. This
couldn't
voice
be tied
acting.
down.
I said that?
You said you had to be free to roam the galaxy.
Was that me?
You'll be sorrier than you look. We'll see to that.
Yeah.
Into the sub, fly boy.
I mean, they're pointing harpoon guns at us, so we really don't have a choice. I do want to go back and take a look around here just to see if I've missed anything. But this is potentially looking very bad for us.
Her spear gun is pointed in a direction that eliminates any need for second thought.
We have to try walking away.
This one looks committed to finding out just how good you'd look on a spit. She looks like she might be familiar to you someday. However, the gun in her hand looks like it could limit the chance of any lasting relationship in the future. Or the past. The submarine has a sporty look to it, distinctly hydrodynamic compared to those fine vessels you've traveled aboard recently.
All 2 of them?
The water here is quite deep. Here at the base of the buttes lies the legendary Sea of Estros. The shimmering crystal-clear water is calm and inviting, giving no hint of the currents that could suck you under fast enough to pull your skin off and leave your insides standing on the shore. We could show you that, but it would be in bad taste.
And yet you showed us something like that in Space Quest 3 when we fell into the lava.
Here at the base of the...
We're at max speed and nothing's happening, so I think we owe it to ourselves to walk away and get speared.
Now this is a pain that'll linger. All the Bengay in Florida won't relieve this stiffness.
Nasty. Alright, they are serious. Can we get in the sub? Let me just turn the speed down a bit. Alright. We are complying.
Say, there's an odd-looking specimen. You...
Sorry, I didn't mean to skip through that.
What have I stepped into this time? You hope these women soon realize that they must have the wrong guy.
Time travel, Roger.
What have I stepped into this time?
This is Zandra. We are approaching checkpoint 6. Prepare to open the tunnel door.
A spotlight illuminates the floor of the cave as the sub makes its way through the eerie darkness.
The way the voiceover here is working
Activate
is
the door.
quite strange. Oh man, look at those effects.
You wonder if she has a boyfriend.
Roger, no.
This is the
Bad
submarine
Roger.
in which the latex babes brought you here. It looks like they have quite a fortress here. It looks like they have...
Ooh, that looks bad. This
Sit
looks
down.
very bad.
Comfy, Mr. Wilco?
I'm uncomfortable.
Hey, what are you doing? Let me go, witch.
Jesus
Shut
Christ,
up.
game.
Your whimpering sickens me. I'll teach you not to run out on me. Thorine is quite knowledgeable in the ways of torture. I'll let the two of you get acquainted. Thorine, do your stuff.
With pleasure, Zandra.
I'm uncomfortable.
Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Epirip 357, the most powerful hand-hair remover in the universe, and it's capable of shaving your legs clean off. I've always wanted to see a man shave with one of these, but I guess you'll do. Now you'll know the meaning of the word pain.
If you look carefully, you can see her right eyebrow is twitching.
It's a seed slug! Run, girls!
What, you're just going to leave Roger here? I do have to ask if the Epirip, whatever it was, has a dual purpose of removing the legs entirely, but I don't think we'll ever get to learn that. I'm deeply uncomfortable by this game now. Holy crap. Wasn't expecting this. This is the sort of thing that you'd find in Larry, which I have played and I've enjoyed, but I don't remember this from frigging Space Quest 4. Or Space Quest 10. I need to slow the game down. I don't remember what I have to do here.
It's a slimy slug tongue. This switch activates a laser. Shiny stainless steel instruments cover the surgical tray. Some of them look vaguely familiar as veterinary instruments.
How do you know this, Roger?
Roger Wilco, Space Guy!
Can I have a look at your hairy legs?
Hot lights glare in your face, making you very uncomfortable. Roger Wilco.
No comment on the legs.
You are in a crude, state-of-the-art sea cave.
Really? You
Roger
described it as an
Wilco,
impressive fortress a moment ago. Oh. Okay, I think we need to push that button as priority.
Very pleasant looking. You don't need to... It's the slug's intake orifice. Looks pretty disgusting, don't you think? You don't need...
Same thing. Let's try pushing this button.
Don't... Desperately you try to push the button, but the restraints are just too tight.
I see, the restraints are now removed. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure what removed the restraint there.
This isn't your garden variety, slug. This place is like a brick ship house.
Game. Language.
This place is like a brick...
Damn, that's really fast. I think what we have to do is just wait for the restraint to undo itself, push the button, and then grab one of those propane tanks or whatever they are nearby. Yeah, look at that. The restraints undo themselves. We hit that. And then what I'll do is take a look at these.
You see what seem to be pressurized oxygen tanks.
Will it work with the dehydrated water?
An oxygen tank.
Yeah, okay. Let's use it.
It would serve no purpose.
Our hero!
And that's how easy it is to win the ladies, folks. Fuck me.
Wasn't he great, girls? Well, Raj, I guess we can call it even. Thank you for ridding our fortress of that slimy, awful sea slug. I know I can't blame you for backing out at the last minute. I guess I was a little overbearing. Sorry. Can we still be good friends?
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's talk about this.
No, Roger.
No, Roger.
Run.
You were right. You don't need to spare my feelings. It just wasn't meant to be. It's better this way. Well, girls, I feel like celebrating. Let's go shopping!
I definitely remember this part. Yeah, they definitely got the right person because they identified Roger as Rog.
Meanwhile, back in Space Quest 12...
Oh shit, they got one of them.
Well, what have we here?
This is the rebel scum we captured in the Space Quest 4 time sector. He had just aided Wilco in escaping. The readout on his time gun indicates that Wilco was successfully transported into this time sector as you feared.
That is no longer a concern. Wilco will surrender to us once he has learned we have captured his son.
We have a
Then he
son?
will be destroyed once and for all.
Roger had a son. I vaguely remember that, but it's still a shock.
Sail!
Alright, you know what? I'm more than okay with this. I'm more than okay just wandering around here with no, or half my pants, and no one to accompany me. What if they just drop?
It's an Autobox teller machine card.
Money.
You pick up the ATM card. Don't mess with it.
Right. Let me make a save here because I just want to take a very quick look back at Estros where we landed just to see if there is anything that I missed. I'm at 118 of 315. Scoring has slowed down a little bit, but let me just see that I haven't missed anything here. Are we going to go over the edge? No.
As you look around, nothing.
Alright, it looks like this may just be a dead end. Sure, if I walk off there, that's going to end very badly. I don't know if I've missed anything on us. if I have missed something that is critical, then I'm probably going to find out maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours later, or however long it takes me to get through this. And then I'll find out and have to go and backtrack. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there.